Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. In today's video it is my pits and peaks of the week. So in this video, if you're not familiar, I talk about the things that didn't go so well being my pits for the week and what went better this week being my peaks for the week. So we will talk about the pits first so we can end on high with the peaks, and I will get straight into my pits. So this week has been more down than up. I've had a very stressful week this week and yeah, it's just not been great. I had not planned any sort of days off at the beginning of the week. However, Philip had planned Monday and Tuesday off work and he was very annoying on the Monday, kept coming up and asking me to see the cats and things like that, and was just generally just really annoying that day. So I decided to take Tuesday as a vacation day from work, and we ended up going out for a pub lunch. So it did mean that I had one more off day than I would have liked this week. I could have not had another off day, but we always go out on a Saturday. That's just part of our general routine on the weekend, to go out and sit at the cake shop and have some cake and things like that. So I obviously had an extra off day this week that I hadn't planned, and I didn't make the best of choices when I was in the pub, and I had a big dirty greasy burger and was about 700 calories over on that day. So not ideal when I had planned to sort of have just one off day if I could, no off days this week. So that hasn't been the best. But then towards the end of the week I have had a lot of stresses going on with work, and Thursday was an absolute mess. I had planned to go in and deal with the systems face to face in the office, and that just didn't happen. They'd planned the electrician to come in, and I didn't realise it was going to be that sort of electrician that came in. I thought it was going to be one of those pat testers that tests the sockets, and instead he was testing the circuits in the actual office. So pretty much the whole office was out of power pretty much all day, and there was very few people in the office because obviously we're still on the hybrid of working from home and working in the office. So there was very few people in, and a few people left early and things like that, and I was like the only one to sort of pick up and turn on everything that was off in the office when the electrician left. I was due to leave the office at 4 o'clock and didn't leave till probably like 5, half 5, and didn't get home till 6, half 6, nearly 7. So it was a lot of stress with that. And then the following day it was even more stress, a lot of like arguments with work colleagues over processes and things like that. Not me personally arguing, but other people. And that just sort of brings my stress levels and things like that right up. So yeah, not the best of weeks. Things could have been better. Obviously, like I said, I've had 2 off days this week when I really only wanted one. So I had Tuesday as an off day and I've had Saturday as an off day, and I've managed to rein it back today even though we've been to the cake shop again. That's another sort of pit for this week, is that I'm letting outside influences get me off track when I should be strong enough to say no. Obviously Philip was off on the Tuesday, so I then took that day off and we went to the pub, and that's fine, but I could have made better choices knowing that I was going to have another off day at the end of the week, or I could have made better choices on Saturday in order to sort of mitigate the fact I'd already had an off day. And just things like Philip wanting to go to the cake shop again today, and I could have said, yeah, that's fine, you can go to the cake shop and get something and I'll not have anything, or I could have sort of made better choices there, and I didn't. So I've just sort of had to scramble my calories around today to try and fit it in. So yeah, things are slipping in that regard. I generally feel like things are slipping compared to how they were in August. August was sort of that turning point for me where I'd sort of switched my mindset. Everything was going really well. The whole month of August was really well. I had obviously been tracking my weight and things like that, and that whole month was just really good. And ever since that month I feel like things have just slowly been slipping downhill, and I need to get it back in control before it gets any worse, if you will. So just being a bit more stronger willed and just getting my together when it comes to my routine and fitting in my exercise and things like that. I know I can do it because I did it in August, so I just need to get back there and get a proper routine down instead of just mishmashing the whole weeks together. So that is sort of a plan for like the next couple of weeks leading up to like Christmas and New Year, is just to sort of get that down so I can properly be in a routine for the new year. But I only did one gym session this week. I'm not gonna put too much of a downer on this because the gym session that I did have was really good. It was the last lower body session of my gym guide for week 4. I'm supposed to be going into a deload for next week, but I didn't do the extra gym session that I wanted to do this week, so that's going to have to sort of cram into next week's. But the session overall was really good. It's the first time in over 4 weeks that I've picked up a barbell for squatting, and I didn't have to down my weights as much as I thought I did, and it was a really hard session but a really good session at the same time, so I guess it's a pit and a peak. But yeah, I would have hoped to sort of had the extra gym session, but things just haven't gone to plan with work and things like that this week, so my routine has just been completely whack. My last pit for this week has been that I've still not got my implant changed. We are in week 10 going into week 11. It was supposed to be 6 weeks. I sort of chased it up with the doctor. I even asked the doctor if I could be put on a pill in the time being, so that I could try to control my hormones and my periods and things like that. And he basically said no. He just said to wait. He said that the implant could still be a little bit effective at the moment and the hormones could still be there, so putting me on a pill as well as my implant would potentially make me have too much progesterone, which is not good. So yeah, that did make me spiral a bit. I did have a bit of a cry over that because just the whole thing, my emotions have been everywhere. Like I'll cry over nothing and I'll just get really stressed and anxious over just silly things that I shouldn't really be getting stressed and anxious about. So I just want that sorted, and there just doesn't seem to be light at the end of the tunnel with that at the moment, so I'm just really frustrated with it. So that has been another thing that's sort of been playing on everything and probably made things worse than they actually are this week. We'll move on to peaks next. There isn't actually many peaks. The first one is that I haven't let the stress and things like that control my eating as much as it would have in the past. So usually when I'm stressed, I am an emotional eater, so I tend to eat my emotions basically. So whenever I'm stressed, I turn to food for comfort, and I haven't done that this week. The only 2 off days I've had are the Tuesday and the Saturday, but it could have been so much worse. I could have quite happily had loads of snacks, loads of chocolates to comfort myself towards the end of the week, and I could have ended up with 5 off days if I'd have let things get the better of me this week, and I haven't, so I'm classing that as a win. So there are good things to sort of the mindset change and things like that since August, but obviously, I just knocked the camera. Yeah, so obviously I know that things have slipped, but not to the point where I'm letting it over control everything. So that is good this week, that I've sort of still managed to stay in control. I've still been tracking and things like that, even though I've been stressed, so I'm going to take that as a peak. The last and final peak I've got, and probably the most important one for this week, is that I managed a 5k outside. I have been battling with getting a 5k outside for the longest time now, and I finally did it. I went out on, I think it was either Monday or Tuesday, for a 5k run. I started out way too fast and did not think I was going to ever get 5k, but I just had to sort of slow my pace down again and just, yeah, try and get in control of my breathing and things like that. And yeah, finally did it. I haven't managed to get outside for another run this week to sort of repeat that 5k, But I think now that I've got past that sort of wall, if you will, and that mental block with regards to getting over a certain time, I think the next time I go out it should be fine. I do have sort of a plan going forward with running. I am going to do a video, like an updated video on that in maybe the next week or two, to sort of update, because I haven't done a running video in a long time on the channel. So I know a lot of people are subscribed to my channel for my running content and you haven't seen a lot of that. It's been very weight loss focused, so I will do a running video very soon to update everyone on how running has been going and my plans for the next couple of weeks leading up to Christmas and New Year, and then what I have planned going forward after that. So yeah, I am really stoked about getting the 5k, because like I said, I've been trying to get that for the longest time now. I've just realised the camera, the screen looks really dark. It's just got all of a sudden really dark outside, like it's going to absolutely pee it down. So I think I'm going to end the video there. I think I've touched on everything that I needed to touch on this week. I have a couple of days towards the end of the week where I'm going to be away, and the week after that as well. I'm not sure what I'm going to do video wise yet. I might film in advance leading up to the days that I'm away. Otherwise I'll take my camera with me if I have to and do them there. I really sort of need to be in control of the things that I'm eating and just make better choices, because I'm going to have a couple of, like, not off days, but it could be potential off days next week and the week after. So I've really sort of got to knuckle down on that. In order to sort of mitigate some of that, I have got a little plan, and that is to there's an option in NutriCheck to have easy days. So while I'm at it, I will show you my 7-day NutriCheck view so you can see what I've sort of eaten calorie wise this week. As you'll see, I have Tuesday and Saturday that were off days this week, and they still show as Tuesday and Saturdays off days even with exercise calories. But I will show you the option to have the easy days. So I'll do a screen record so that people that use NutriCheck will be able to see this setting as well. But when you go to your diary preferences, you can have easier days where you can check which days you want easier. So as you can see, I have 1650 calories planned for every day. But if I check the weekend as being my off days, it adjusts the calories on the non-off days. Just so you can have more calories on the days that you know that you're going to be off. So if I select Saturday and Sunday, then it gives me 2,145 on both of those days, which are the days that I'm more likely to be over than I would if it was like during the week. And it leaves me 1,452 calories from the Monday to the Friday. So I'm going to try that this week and see how I get on with that. It is lower calories than I'm used to, but it just means that I'm going to have to just be stricter on the food that I eat, not have as many snacks, try to up my water this week. So I'm going to see how I do with that. So I'm going to have easier days Saturday and Sunday, or I might, for the following week, I will probably change it again, but I know for sure it's probably going to be Saturday and Sunday next week that are going to be potential over days. So I'm going to have those as my easier days. So yeah, I'm just going to have to see how that goes. I obviously want to keep my exercise in check this week. It's going to have to be a full-on Monday to Friday with regards to my sessions, because I'll be busier on the weekends. But yeah, I still want to do 2 runs and 2 gym sessions this week. 2 gym sessions will take me into my deload week, so that should be good to sort of get most of them out of the way. And then my runs, 1 outdoor, 1 indoor is what I'm aiming for. If I get any more, then that's great. If not, then that's fine, the 2 will do. So yeah, I'm going to end the video here because we're getting up to 15 minutes of filming so far. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. You can always click the notification bell down below and you'll be notified of when my videos go live. Other than that, I hope you're all staying safe and well. I hope you all have a good weekend, whenever it is that you're watching this, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye.